supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about yes.
Brad Boy Podcast, episode 9.
Welcome back to the Brad Boy Podcast. This is your host, Kyle Carrigee, a.k.a. Kylie Watson. Man, this is just the vibe in L.A., but in Utah, it kind of lull you to sleep. Who am I referring to, Brad?
That'll be somebody from Golden State.
Yep. You remember those comments they said earlier in the week?
Huh?
Yeah.
They want to go to party, man. They better focus in. Man. Don't let Utah take them a long series. You never know what could happen in a long series.
Right. It was kind of
injury, fatigue.
Right. It was kind of strange. Golden State, the 2 years before, I mean, the 65 wins, the 73 wins, 65 this year, and to have two of their players, get baited into those questions where they're talking about how boring Utah is. Yeah. And now you got Coach and Steph Curry responding like, dude, it's not a big deal. We're focused. But it just made some headlines. Yeah. And then you saw last night, I mean, they are who we thought they were.
Yeah. Come out and handle business at home.
Yeah.
Those 2 wins, going on the road, though, in Utah is not going to be easy. Playing at that high altitude is going to be a little different. If they get a sweep, dude, that would be unbelievable. But I think Utah is going to get 1 or 2 games in the series and stretch that series out to 5 or 6 games.
And I think people might make a big deal, but because they were kind of talking about night, I think they were talking about like dinners and cool places to go, but they do that all the time during the season.
Yeah, it's part of the season.
Right.
They're used to it. They're not going to do something different in the playoffs. Somebody's going to say, oh, they went out and they stayed out till midnight. Right. This is grown men. This is what they do. They practice, they play in basketball games, and they have fun at night.
Right.
Go on, eat out late at night, a few drinks here and there. That's what they do.
Right. They're grown men. Yeah.
I just know from experience playing that high altitude, playing in Utah for AAU and playing in Denver, Colorado for UL basketball. It's just a little different. The breathing, you almost got to catch your second and third wind before you feel kind of normal. It's really hard to breathe. It's totally different, but they are professionals. Right. But they haven't played in Utah in a long time. They probably almost close to a month now since they played in Utah during the regular season. So
you think they're going to get their first loss of the playoff series?
I think so.
Utah?
Of them? I think they'll get one.
It's going to have to
losses.
be Game 3.
Yeah.
Like I think if they win Game 3, they Utah's not going to beat them Game 4.
If the Warriors win Game 3, they sweep. If Utah wins Game 3, might go to 6 games.
Gordon Hayward's like, I'm ready to go to Miami.
Yeah, he's ready to shoot out. got the rough scruff, got the flowing hair now.
With the fade, with the part, got the little line in there.
You're gonna see him in the underwear commercial soon, like the little model. He's got the little model look.
Yeah. I mean, what was it like for y'all at UL? Like going on the road. Was it?
Going to Denver, Colorado, which was almost the same, a little bit higher altitude than Utah, but dude, I can remember having trouble sleeping in the hotel at night. Just breathing in the hotel at night was just a little different. And then like warming up before the game, me and my teammates were like, man, we're kind of tired already.
Right.
Just warming up before the game, so it's a little different. Like you could start off and you start off full speed like you start in a normal game, but within the first 30-40 seconds, man, you're gonna be like extremely tired. Like you have to catch your second wind. It's a weird thing, but so I could see that affecting Golden State for a game or 2 over there.
Right.
Drop them wings.
Man, let's kind of just do a little overview of the first round.
A little first round overview. Okay, I like it.
I know we're kind of into the second round, but just give us your thoughts on it.
On the first round, I thought it was a lot of quality basketball.
Yeah.
Like it was some good series, Not too many upsets. Yeah, the Clippers got upset. But no, it's like no big deal because that's what the Clippers do.
Right.
They lose first, second round all the time in the playoffs. Paying a gazillion dollars of money to a bunch of players, and but no real surprises. No real upsets.
Right. What do you think about this? Carmelo Anthony, right, gets all this bash and in the media, and he's not a winner. But if you look at, I'd hate to say it, I love Chris Paul. If you look at Chris Paul, he's never been out the second round. Like, Carmelo's been to the Western Conference Finals. So what do you think it is that makes one guy, like, the bad guy, and then
Well, Chris Paul has been in the playoffs every year when he's been with the Clippers. I think almost every year he's been with the Clippers, he's been in the playoffs.
I think every year they've had the series lead, like 2-1, 3-1, and then the other team,
and they lose the series.
like 3-4 years in a row. I don't think we'll see the Clippers,
Anytime
the same players on the Clippers next year.
I think they're gonna get rid of him.
Yeah.
But anytime somebody mentions Carmelo Anthony to me, I throw up in my mouth a little bit. I just don't like that guy. Not personally.
Right.
He's a cool dude, you know. Just basketball wise, I think he's a bad teammate.
Yeah.
He doesn't play defense, and he shoots every time he gets the ball, and he averages 2 or 3 assists a game. You know.
So you think there's a little difference because Chris Paul's like he's kind of an asshole, but he wants to win.
Yeah.
Like he's giving it all he's got.
And word is Chris Paul is an asshole. That's what they say.
But Michael Jordan was,
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant was,
Yeah.
you know, and they were winners. But
LeBron, not.
No, I think he is more than people, but I think he has it both sides.
Low key.
Yeah, I think some guys get tired of him, but he has just like any winner. They got to elevate those guys.
Yeah.
And I think Carmelo's just like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Getting my 25 a game.
Yeah,
and I think Chris Paul really wants to, and I think that's maybe why there's a difference.
Yeah. So first round overview, no real surprises.
Remember that coach for the football, Kansas City? He was in the post game interview. They are who we thought they were.
Oh yeah.
They are who we thought they were.
Oh my God.
Danny Green.
Yeah, Danny Green. He
with the Minnesota Vikings.
No, he was Arizona. They had somebody beat by 20 points at half.
And then they came back and won, and he just went on a rant. And I say that because I think you could say that for Cleveland and Golden State.
Yes.
They are who we thought
they are. They are who we thought they are, no doubt about it. Warriors and Cavs handle business, sweep. And on to the second round,
Drop them wings.
Talking
about the second round, let's kind of go through it and kind of maybe give our picks, talk about
each breakdown.
Each matchup.
Second round picks, I'll go with the East first. I'm going with Cleveland, and I'm going with Boston. I just think.
How many games?
I'm gonna say Cleveland. I'm going sweep with Cleveland.
Okay.
They're gonna sweep Toronto. Toronto, like people have been saying, I don't think they believe that they can beat.
I agree with you. I think
they don't believe they can beat the
exactly.
Cavaliers. And that's what LeBron does to you. You get in the series with
Defeated.
LeBron. Yes, it's like the ultimate.
Right.
Fighter coming to the ring, and you can't beat him, and especially you can't beat him 4 games.
I heard some guy talking today, and he was saying LeBron at 80%. LeBron's 80% is better than majority of the players in the NBA. So now he's getting older. When he turns that 80% to 100% in the playoffs,
yeah,
he's scary.
He's probably cruise control, like you said, on 80%.
Right, and he's
the regular season,
right,
and can score 25 a game. Gets to the playoffs, he turns the dial up a little bit, and he's gonna go in for the last 20, 16 to 20 games that he has to play in, or 16 games that he has to win. So
what would make Westbrook more deadly if he learns that. I think Westbrook is 100% from the tip.
Yeah,
and I think at a certain point in your career, you gotta know how to manage your own energy. Yeah. I think if he could ever do that, watch out. I think that's what it would take him to the next level of actually being contenders, not just putting the stats up.
Yeah, it's most of the time when you shoot 30-something times to score 40-something points, you usually don't win.
Right.
Because somebody else is missing those opportunities, those possessions to shoot the ball, and you're missing out on assists and stuff like that. So Westbrook's like he's a great player, but he's another one that I just wouldn't want on my team. And I know people say, I put my team around. No, he doesn't want to play with a team around him.
Right.
He wants to play how he knows how to play. That style ain't gonna win it.
Right.
That's not gonna win it. Harden's doing it, but Harden can also pass to 4 or 5 people on his team, and they can knock down threes.
Right.
Oklahoma City, nobody on that guy. Nobody even wanted to shoot the ball.
Right.
Give it to me. I gotta pass it right back to him.
I agree, man. And Boston. What about Boston last night? I mean, that performance.
Mighty man, mighty mouse, man. 50 piece.
First guy to score over 50 since 2003 with Allen Iverson. Or 2005 maybe. He scored 53, and I think Isaiah had 55, man. And he's the first one to ever do it under 6 foot.
Under 6 foot, yeah. There's some about left-handed people, man. I keep saying it. Left-handed people, they so smooth. You know, I like when he crossed over old buddy late, hit the jumper on him, and he just stared him down. Just looked at him. He wanted old buddy to say something. He wanted the Morrison twin to say something. He couldn't.
And he did that because earlier in the game, John Wall was standing right by the referee. Something just had happened, and Isaiah Thomas was actually going to talk to the referee. He just happened to be in with all the Wizards. And I think Morris thought he was going, talk to Wall, so he started going. Yeah. And then you're right, when Isaiah hit that, he just mean mugged him.
Mean mugged down the court. That's like the ultimate. That's the ultimate. Put it to you. You don't gotta say nothing. Like what?
And more, he couldn't even look at him.
50 piece.
He just got me.
50 piece.
And then it was his sister's birthday.
Yeah, that was big. They hit him with the question. They come with the question right after the game of, what's your sister thinking, or what you feeling, and I believe in stuff like that.
Me too,
he
man.
said, my sister was with me. I believe it. I mean, she was right there
full-hearted,
with him, and it made a great point that he can block it all out for those 48 minutes. But then when he leaves the arena, he's still got to live with that fact that his sister's gone, and can't experience that 50-point game with him, or birthdays, which was a birthday. I mean, that was huge.
You always talk about, Brad, and I do too, is basketball and what it's done for us and how much we love it.
Yeah.
And why we stay connected with the youth and everything. And that just shows you with Isaiah, like, the only relief he has right now is in between the lines, like you said. And then when the game's over, the reality of his sister just died hits. And that's what basketball can do for you, man. It's a medicine.
Take the pain away.
Yes.
Can get away from a lot, That's a good thing, Let's move on to the West. On the West side, go ahead. Tell me who you got in the West. Who you like in the West coming out in the second round.
Okay. I know it's the Rockets played the other night, but I would have called it before. I've been saying I really like the Rockets. The 3-ball, they got 2 guys coming off the bench that can average 20, with one of the best players in the league. So I got the Houston Rockets in 6, and I got Golden State in 4. Because they are ready. They do not want to hang out in Utah.
No. They got a lot going on in Houston.
Yes, Houston's a great city.
Houston nightlife is pretty nice, So
love Houston.
I'm actually going with the same people. I can't hate on the Warriors. I mean, I feel like they're gonna win. They're gonna beat Utah. That Utah game's too slow. They might get a couple wins, but I think the Warriors will win. I'll say the Warriors in 5.
Okay. You think Utah's gonna win Game 3, huh?
Yeah, I think Utah's gonna win Game 3, and then so I'm gonna say Warriors in 5. They'll close it out back on their home court, and then I like the Rockets too. I like Harden. Got to meet that guy a couple times. Nice dude, very respectable dude. So and he is a hell of a player. I think he's good carrying it, man. Anytime you can do what you do, drive to the goal, but then your guys can knock down threes like they did the first round game against the Spurs, it's hard to beat. That help will come a lot slower. Those layup lanes will be a little bit wide opener. And I see the Rockets. I think the Spurs are, and I hate to say it, man, the Spurs are so good. I don't think the Spurs are worried. Did you see when they asked Popovich, what'd you think about the game? He goes, why are you asking me? We lost by 30.
I love that dude.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'll tell you what it's shown me is LaMarcus Aldridge. Is he a max contract player? Is he? Because Kawhi needs help.
Yeah. Kawhi
needs help. But another thing is Houston, right?
Yeah.
I would have never thought James Harden would be the point guard he is.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to play with him because he's going to get his, but he's going to create for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you play with Harden, you would be the Ryan Anderson, Brad.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Like, there, yeah. I would be talking trash to my man. Don't leave. You better not go help. You better not go over there. Don't leave. I used to tell people that to Gerard. We throw the ball in. I'd go to that deep corner and I'd say, he can't help. Drive right. He can't help. And what they do, they go run and help. They throw it to me. Boop. Ball game.
Drop them wings. Man, we're going to kind of get off the NBA, but it's connected to the NBA a little bit. And that's what I like about this podcast is, people think of basketball, high school, college. NBA. But there's so many different aspects, and I think it's cool that
a lot of different leagues out there.
Yeah, we get into that, and one of the big ones coming up is the Big Three. The Big Three, and we've talked about it, but if you hadn't heard it, Ice Cube's started,
or the president of it,
Yep.
the owner, basically the owner of the Big Three.
and they got former NBA players, and it's a 3-on-3 half court competition.
Let's give them a little breakdown, Kyle. I'll go one team and you go the next.
Yeah,
team.
they just had the draft, so we'll go over.
Yeah, they just had the Big Three draft. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. Pretty well-known guys on all these teams. So we're gonna run through the names real quick. The first team name is Three's Company. Allen Iverson is the captain. DeMar Johnson is the co-captain. Other players on the team are Andre Owens, Michael Sweetney, and Ruben Patterson. They obviously can have more than 3 people on the team, but it's going to be a 3-on-3 game.
Right, I think they're going to keep 5 with 2 subs. Well,
play 3 and 2 subs, right?
I'm biased. This is going to be my favorite team because Allen Iverson was my favorite player. I mean, what do you think about this team?
I still think Allen Iverson can move a little bit.
Yeah.
And then look, Andre Owens is a really good athlete. Ruben Patterson is a really good athlete. And you get Big Mike Sweetney.
Dude, he's huge. And on the half court for rebound.
Half court, he's perfect. You don't got to run and use that body. Kind of reminds me of how we used to play in Opelousas. They had a little project called Larry. They called it on Larry Street. And no takebacks. So 3 or 4 big guys would get on one team, and they just throw it by the goal, and you could just pound them, and they just score layups, And I think that's what Sweetney's going to do. I think whoever drafted that team, whether it was Allen Iverson or whoever that coach is going to be, they're doing a couple guards, couple bigs.
Allen Iverson, the coach.
Yeah. Allen Iverson.
And I was about to ask you, what kind of plays do you think he's calling? Because I think it's okay, guys. I'm gonna go. Yeah, ISO. You grab the rebound, ISO.
Post up, Mike. Post up and play out of that. Throw it down, screen away. What's the next team? What's the next team name? So that was Three's Company.
Okay, I'm gonna
Allen Iverson, DeMar Johnson, Andre Owens, Michael Sweetney, Ruben Patterson.
I'm gonna go with the next team, and that's 3-headed monsters. The head coach is Gary Payton, who I could see getting some technical fouls or kind of getting into it with the other players. He was one of the best trash talkers in the NBA. We got Rashad Lewis, I love him.
Oh yeah,
Jason Williams. Hey, where's Cormier? Is Cormier in the Big Three?
Where's Cormier?
White chocolate. Jason Williams. We got Kwame Brown, which I don't know. Eddie.
But he's that big.
Yeah.
He's got to stand by the goal.
Yeah.
That's
I heard a comment. He was picked 5th or 6th, and he called up Charles Oakley, who might have had the 1st or 2nd pick, and was mad. I can't believe you passed me. It's like Kwame. Come on, man. You already did work for Jordan.
That number 1 overall pick is long gone, my boy.
And then my favorite one of this is a former LSU player. He known as Chris Jackson while he was at LSU. He's 50-something now. Muhammad Abdul. Rauf.
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Which
Mahmoud Abdul
And I bet
Rauf.
you he can still fill it up.
Oh, he can.
I like this team.
That's a good team.
You got 2 creators. You got
2 really good shooters.
Dude, a big.
If you don't know Eddie Basson, he's about 6'5".
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Super athletic.
Okay.
Strong.
You need one of those.
Yeah, you need one of those guys. Which he is like an Andre Owens. So I bet you each team we could call out the same person, a big point guard.
Right.
They did their homework, okay? All right, so the next team, the Ghost Ballers, coached by the Iceman.
Ooh, the Iceman.
George Gervin. Another guy that I met. I met the Iceman, man. Really nice guy. Yep, in Lake Charles one day. They have a little Stars of Champions of the Stars.
Yeah, I love that tournament.
Little semi-pro tournament.
Man, you know what would be cool if when they do it, we go do
podcast
right outside the gym. You know how many people would come in and out, all the pros that know us? Mm-hmm. We could get them for a little 5-minute segment.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
We're going to do that. We're going to go. It's in August, the first weekend or second weekend in August. So the Ghost Ballers, coached by George Gervin, the Iceman, Mike Bibby,
love,
point guard, really good, can shoot it. Ricky Davis, athletic guard,
one of my favorites.
Can shoot it. Maurice Evans, Marcus Banks, and Ivan Johnson. So that's
not a bad team.
That's not a bad. And some people might not recognize the name Maurice Evans, Marcus Banks, Ivan Johnson. All those guys played in the NBA.
Yeah.
Didn't have long careers, but athletic, strong guys. I can see why they're on that team for sure.
Next we got is the Killer Threes. probably going to be, the most popular coach because of what happened with him in New York, Charles Oakley. We got, man, I really like this team. We got Chauncey Billups. Mr. Big Shot? What was his nickname?
Yeah, Mr. Big Shot.
Mr. Big Shot. One of my favorite players, Stack 5, Steven Jackson from Port Arthur, Texas. And if you haven't heard this guy rap, he's one of the NBA players that can actually hold his own. Yeah, he can actually.
He's another guy that would come to the tournament like Charles every year. And they either won the tournament.
He always played with Big Baby and Marcus Thornton and
Well, a few
Wilson
times he
Chandler
played with his guys out of Port Arthur. When he played with the Port Arthur guys, they either won the whole deal or they lost and fought the team that beat them in the parking lot. So shout out Steven Jackson, man. Always ready to square up with somebody.
Reggie Evans, love him.
Big guy.
6'7", 6'8", and that's another one that we saw, just that athletic, mean Larry Hughes, who I love Larry Hughes because he got drafted to the Sixers in AI's heyday, And Brian Cook, I don't know who Brian Cook is.
Brian Cook is a 7-footer out of Illinois. Could shoot it.
Oh, okay.
Shoot the 3 stretch.
Nice.
Forward,
so that looks like a pretty good team,
man. He was in the league for a little while. All right, the next team we're going on to the 4th team is. The 5th team, we went over 4 teams so far. The 5th team is Power by head coach Clyde the Glide Drexler. What dude? Every time his highlights come on from back in the day, Throwback Thursdays or this and that, man, Clyde the Glide, man. Well, I wonder who was the first person to say Clyde the Glide, man. He probably was gliding in high school when they gave him that name, So Clyde drafted Corey Maggette. That's your physical guy, athletic wing, physical guy, can shoot it.
So wait, so everybody knows most of the people, the first 2 people are the captain, co-captain.
Oh yeah,
they were already on the team.
They already on the team.
So you got those 3 guys after that were drafted, just so they kind of know.
Yeah. So Corey Maggette, the captain.
Yep.
Catino Mobley, former Houston Rocket guard.
And have you seen him lately? Can still ball, but he's all great. Looks like he's 60. Like he looks like the Uncle Drew.
Just regular, no makeup, no extra hair. Jerome Williams, Deshaun Stevenson, Deshaun athletic 2 guard, can shoot it, really athletic. Deshaun Stevenson was not first time I seen Deshaun Stevenson.
Drafted out of high school from Fresno.
Drafted out of high school, but we were in New York, ABCD camp. And he was just type of guy that just come down and just pull up NBA rings like it was nothing. Just jumping 2 feet off the ground on his jump shot. Could windmill dunk and just super athletic.
I loved him. I loved that whole Wizards Cleveland.
Yeah.
It was never in the conference finals, but I loved like Gilbert Arenas. Deshaun Stevens was always going at LeBron, and then I loved the Abraham Lincoln $5 sign on his neck.
Yeah. It didn't end well for Mr. Stevenson.
No.
That series, and to close out that team, Moochie Norris. Moochie, another Moochie and Coutinho, both Houston guys,
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I coached against Moochie Norris 2 or 3 years ago in Houston. He coached a little Houston Hoops teams, and we had one of our Acadiana Stars teams. Took him to the wire, man. Actually got thrown out that game. 4 minutes left in the game. Their guy pulls one of our guys down, and we fall on top of him.
Where were y'all playing at?
In Houston.
Yeah,
Kingwood Classic. And,
you ain't getting the call.
And they called a foul on us, and I was like, come on, man. I said, Moochie's getting all the calls already. Bang, he teched me up.
Over that,
and then I told him that was some BS,
Right.
And then he threw me out the game. We ended up losing by 6 or 7 points, but so that was my Moochie Norris story. What's the next team?
Next team we got is Trilogy. The head coach is Rick Mahorn.
One of the bad boys.
Yep, that's Detroit.
Yeah,
Pistons?
Detroit bad boys. Yeah, Rick Mahorn.
I kind of like this team, man. You got Keenan Martin, who, if anybody, Martin has one of the best sophomores in the country right now, and his son.
Oh yeah.
Go check out his highlights. I can't remember the kid's name. Then you got Al Harrington, big guy, can play small forward. Rashad McCants, who actually went first in the draft, old UNC player. James White, everybody remembers him from
James White.
McDonald's All-American when he jumped from the free throw line and did a windmill. Or remember that in high school?
Those days are over for Mr. White.
I actually don't like this draft pick because I think in a half-court 3-on-3,
Yeah.
You don't need a high flyer. Like, what's he gonna do? And he's not
have
tough.
Have you seen James White lately?
No.
I seen him this past year on the basketball tournament. You know, the tournament where they played for $1
Yeah,
million. James White is he's still 6'7", but he's probably 250, 260
Not thin
pounds.
and flying.
No, he's big, man. He's slow. You know, I don't even see how he got drafted. You know.
I like next we got Deion Glover. I mean, I like Keenan Martin and I like Al Harrington, but besides that, I don't know. I don't know if I like.
Yeah, you gotta have Deion Glover handling the ball, Rashawn McCants shooting the ball. You know, Harrington and Martin doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
And
Martin, you know,
White
Martin's gonna take it serious.
Oh yeah, he's trying to win.
Who we got next?
Next team, Tri-State, coached by Dr. J. Irvin. Julius Irvin in on the mix. Captain is Jermaine O'Neal. Co-captain is Bonzi Wells. You got Xavier Silas. You got Lee Nalen and Mike James. Mike James is a hell of a point guard. Bonzi Wells is a 2 guard that can lock up, play defense. I
love when he played for Portland.
Yeah,
when they had that team with Rasheed, Scottie Pippen. That was man. I was rooting for them to beat the Lakers so bad back in the day.
And then so that was 17. So there's one team left. What's the last team, Kyle?
So I think this is gonna end up being my favorite team. The Ball Hogs. What a name!
Hogs.
And wait till you hear these guys' names. Rick Barry.
Yep.
Brian Scalabrine.
The Red Mamba. The Red Mamba is the captain.
Josh Childress.
I think that's who you were talking about the other night when we was talking sports and we were talking about the guy with the fro and was so skinny. What did Josh?
No, Sean Livingston.
Oh, Sean Livingston.
Because he was like a toothpick. But no. Josh Childress had rocked that fro from Stanford.
Yeah,
he was actually one of those first guys that took more money and just shot out overseas when he could definitely play in the NBA. I remember that.
Yeah.
You got Derek Byers, Rashul Butler, Yvonne Johnson. And I think this is like the fundamental team. You know, all about the fundamentals, and I think they're going to have a chance.
Yeah, and then are they all going to shoot free throws underhand?
Yes. Because that's what Rick Barry practices.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his son's done it. His son went to... He's like shooting with 85% at Florida. Yeah, doing that.
Unbelievable.
And then look, that's all the teams. Y'all, everybody. I think they got already on cable. Like they already got the TV deal. I think they're gonna be coming to big cities. I think the closest one might be Houston or Dallas. So y'all watch out for that. But let's Brad, why don't you read off the guys that didn't get drafted?
Oh, some high. Some well-known names undrafted in the Big Three this year. People that didn't get picked. Steve Francis, the franchise. Kendall Gill, Joe Smith, Smush Parker, DJ Mbanga, Kareem Rush, Earl Boykins, and Al Thornton, man. Those guys must have not been too friendly when they were in the NBA, man,
right,
to get left off the list. And when you got guys like Xavier Silas, Lee Nalen, Ivan Johnson, Deion Glover getting picked before you, Steve Francis, Smush Parker, who was with the Lakers, won championships.
Joe, I mean, Earl Boykins, I would have loved to see Earl Boykins, that little guy mentality. You know, it'd be funny if they did, like, if those guys got so mad they just did a team and showed up
to try to play them.
And they called it, like, the revenge tour. And, like, hey, dude, you can't play. No, we're here to play.
Yeah, we got next.
Drop them wings. Man, I don't know, Brad. I mean, I know we've been talking a little bit about the balls and what's the dad's name?
LeVar
Ball.
That's Mr. LeVar Ball.
Man, I don't know I don't know, Brad. I mean, lately you haven't been hearing too many good things, dude.
It was getting a little bit quiet. Then we just had the bombshell. What's the news on that with the shoe deal? Oh, nobody wants to mess with
Nike, Adidas, Under Armour said no.
Adidas said no. Under Armour said no.
Come on, man. You cannot put out a shoe that doesn't have any of those emblems on them and actually... I mean, hey, Dwayne Wade's shoes might look good. I never see him in a store.
Yeah. Because
what brand... There's some...
Yeah, they're only in China.
And then he might be selling them great in China, but... And then also I heard that dude wants to sell them for $200 right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I mean, how long it took LeBron? How long? Kyrie's are like 120.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, Jordans are 250. Like, You tripping?
I tried to have the guy's
You
back.
tripping?
He was doing it for his son. He's a father figure. He's lost all credibility with me. I'm coming on to the other side, man. I think I'm a LeVar Ball, not necessarily a hater, but a realist on that, man, because how many more people can you piss off?
Right.
You know?
Know what this shows me? Like, because you always like, man, I think it's for show. He's promoting his kid.
Yeah.
Know what it shows me is he's not for show. He's really a dickhead. You
Yeah.
know, like what
Yeah.
he says, he probably went into those meetings and said that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, more like, say it out loud. But when you go into meetings, be smart. Know the unrealistic expectations they're going to have.
They were probably looking at all the Nike logos and Nike gear and this and that, and like, when that Big Baller brand is whack, man. We ain't about to put that Nike sign on no Big Baller brand. No,
I wouldn't wear it.
No, we don't need you.
No, it's an up and coming brand though that people need to check out. AKDN Design.
AKDN. Just say the words. What is that? What does it mean?
Say the
What is
letters.
that?
Say the letters.
words. And we refer to this because this is where we're from.
Right.
We're from the Acadian area. We're from Acadiana.
We put a little twist on it.
You know, put a little twist.
Shout
on
out to Ryan
The
Cormier,
letters
aka White Chocolate.
Yeah, Ryan Cormier, aka White Chocolate. The letters, look good on the hat.
Yes.
AKDN. It just looks good on the hat, And shout out to my boys, Kylie Watson, man.
Kylie Watson.
Starting a brand, man. Him and Cormier. Wait till we get the logo for the podcast.
Come on, Carm.
Gotta call out Cormier, man.
Yeah.
You can't rush an artist though.
No.
It makes it.
I never
perfected,
do. I never do.
And he's
We
gonna come
said
with
episode 2 we got the new logo coming, but hey, when it comes, oh man, I mean it's gonna be t-shirt ready. We're gonna have so many t-shirts with our slogans.
Yep.
With all our segments. Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
So man, I think that top 5. I think we're gonna start doing that every week. Last week we kind of did top 5 current hip hop artists, and we might do it with our guests.
Yeah.
Once they come
Yeah,
on,
we
just
get their input.
this. But I think for us,
So
we're
a weekly top 5 list.
yeah.
Different categories.
And we had mentioned this before.
Yeah.
That we wanted to do it.
So tell them top 5 list. What's the category this week?
90s basketball movie.
Nice, love it, like it. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
In no particular order. I guess the top 5 list we should have from 5 to 4 to 3
We got
to
it.
2 to
We
1.
got to.
Okay, so I'm
We
gonna
got
list
to.
4.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna list my favorite one.
Okay.
Okay, so I gotta go with Above the Rim.
Above the rim.
I gotta go with Blue Chips.
Blue chips.
I gotta go with and this one I really like, and it's on a more a kiddie level, but I like Space Jam.
Space Jam.
I love Space Jam, and I like Rebound, the Earl Manigault story.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my favorite ones. But my favorite 90s basketball movie of all time is White Men Can't Jump.
Love it.
That's my favorite. Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes. I mean, classic. The whole hustle thing. Going to play for money and stuff. It just was. I just liked it. And then with him making the half court shot backwards.
Yeah.
When he says, "You ain't shooting in Africa, you shooting in Panama."
Right.
Whatever the backboard was. One of the flags. Brazil or something. He made him shoot it backwards and he nailed it. His wife got on Jeopardy or his girlfriend got on Jeopardy and won all that money. So that's my top 5. My favorite one is White Men Can't Jump.
I'm gonna go with man. I got 4 out of your 5.
Okay.
I got White Man Can't Jump.
Okay.
Above the Rim.
Yep.
Blue Chips. Space Jam.
Yep.
And then my top 1, Sunset Park.
Oh.
Sunset, and I tell you, I love Sunset Park so much. When I was a senior at Christian Life, right before we run up, we'd huddle.
Yeah.
CLA, what time is it? Time to get live. Time to represent. Oh man,
Sunset Park. What time is it? Yeah.
If I had to have a 6-man, He Got Game.
He Got Game. Oh, I forgot about He Got Game. I liked it too.
Yeah, that's why I got to do a 6-man.
Jesus, yeah, that'll be my 6-man too. But going back to that saying you were saying, the little chant before the game. Me and Lil B the DJ, when we were little, we'd go to watch Port Barry and North Central play, and it was a big rivalry game, and we'd listen to hear those chants before the game. And one of my favorite ones, and they would start chanting and they'd say, who? You know,
who?
Then they say, no, HBO Showtime. And then we just always, when we go back in our driveway and start playing, and we always start chanting those different little chants, man. So definitely good top 5 list. Next week we'll have a different top 5 list, different category, and just just have a little fun with it, man.
And I think when we post the episode in the comments section, we'll post what are your top 5 90s movies, and y'all just give us some feedback. Let us know.
Yeah, no doubt. But gotta have the fan interaction, man.
Drop them wings.
Drop them good wings, man. Them Popeyes wings, man. Them Sonic wings, man.
Dino's.
Dino's got wings?
Dino's got the wings.
Dino's got wings. No, and somewhere else you said had good wings.
Zaxby's.
Pizza Village.
Pizza Village.
Man, we're just dropping all this love, man.
Zaxby's.
Got to go collect our commission, man, from these wing spots, man. So that brings us to our next section, man, which we had fun with last time.
It's a brand new.
It's a brand new segment. It's the Slap a Fan segment.
Slap a Fan.
So basically, we're going to put in a new rule in the NBA next year. And, at any point in time, they can...
we're writing a letter to the commission.
Yeah, we're trying to get it passed.
Yeah.
Trying
to get their views up.
Yeah, trying to get their views up, man. So anytime the team has an extra timeout, they can call it once during the game, call a timeout. If you're on the road, you can call your timeout. You can use your Slap a Fan clause. You can point at somebody that's maybe on you the whole game, maybe just, blasting you the whole game. Bring them out of the stands, and you get to slap the shit out of them.
If you're Marcus Smart, you can use it on your own. Remember when he flicked off his own team in the first round? So you can also use it at home.
Yeah. So just think about it. When that Houston Rockets owner got up there in the game and start talking trash to the referee, it would have been hilarious if the buzzer would have went off. Timeout. Yeah, nobody knows.
You want a 30 or full?
No.
Slap a fan.
I'm using my Slap a Fan right now on Mr. Leslie Alexander right there. And I slapped the $100 bills out of his pockets, man.
What a fool. I can't believe he did that.
Well, some people, man, when they
he must have been
so
hitting
rich.
that.
Yeah, he was probably on a little Crown and ice.
Straight ice.
Straight ice,
He
hold
didn't
the
even
ice,
let
baby.
it,
A little squeeze of lemon or something, But he would just embarrass himself. I think he got fined $100,000.
The NBA took care of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But it's more of a slap on the wrist, like, hey, don't do that again.
Definitely.
But y'all watch out for those Slap a Fan segments.
Yeah.
I think we need to come up. We're gonna have Slap a Fan shirts.
Yeah, Slap a Fan shirts. I like it. We might even do the Slap a Fan shirts with the handprint. Maybe coming across with a handprint in some kind of motion, but with the red, white, and blue NBA logo.
Yes.
With the hand.
Yes.
Like it's breaking down like they have the Jerry West logo. That would be pretty cool.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings.
Man, hold up.
Man, hold up. And every time, listen, I talk to my boy Southall.
When's he giving us this?
We're going to get it, man. When Mike says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Now, it might be 6 months from now. It might be a year from now. You got to give the big fella some time, man.
We got time.
We got time. We on 9
By
weeks
then, we might perfect it.
Yeah.
So we don't even need the sound.
Man, hold up. Man, hold up, man. Hold up. So my man, hold up moment for the week or, for this episode is the guy from the Rockets again. I mean, I just can't. You just, it's like, man, hold up. Yeah, you're the owner of the team, but, I guess he felt like, man, I could tell this referee something. I own this building. You refereeing my team and my building, Yeah. And you just gotta, hey, simmer down, maybe humble yourself. Hey, be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Gotta hit with that Kendrick Lamar real quick, man. And
that'd be funny if when they went to the Spurs, are they and they played that, like if he showed up or something, he's played that.
Play that. Yeah, sit down. That would be great.
I'm gonna go with Damian Lillard. I love him, but if you're gonna call this series in 6 games, you gotta win a game. Like you got swept. I love the confidence, but you gotta win a game.
That's a bad draw for them too, man. You're not gonna beat Golden State like that.
Man, hold up, win a game.
Man, hold up, win a game, Damian Lillard.
I knew they were in trouble when him and CJ scored like 60, 70 points together, or maybe 80
Yeah.
in the first game.
And
They
lost.
still got smacked by like 15.
Still lost. You know, Damian Lillard wears the 0 on his jersey, but it's for Oakland. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
It's not. It is the number 0, but he looks at it as the O for Oakland. That's why he wears number 0. Represent
People
Oakland.
like from Oakland, and I go to maybe like Seattle, and there's probably other ones, but man, those like Marshawn Lynch, like guys from Oakland rep Oakland.
Rep Oakland. It's Oaktown, babe.
Jamal Crawford,
Yeah.
Seattle, Nate Robinson, Isaiah rep Washington.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like
Hard.
I like that, man.
Hard.
Drop them wings.
Drop them wings. Moving on to the last segment of
Going for the gusto.
episode 9. We going for the gusto. Shout out Tim Boyd. Going for the gusto.
So we got a new rule, Brad.
Okay.
You can't put LeBron in going for the gusto.
It's easy going for the gusto, man.
It's the cheat code. You can't have the cheat code.
You know what I'm going for the gusto? I'm going on back to the when it's pure.
Okay.
The lowest level. AAU basketball. And when I say pure, not just saying AAU's pure, but 10-year-old AAU basketball.
Nice.
We just finished off Biddy. We won every game in Biddy. We won every tournament. We won a national championship in Biddy. Same girls. We're running them over. Now we're doing AAU. We're going from the 9-foot goal to the 10-foot goal now. My going for the gusto is we're going to run the table in AAU. We're going to win the state tournament. We're going to win the Super 60, which the Super 60 is actually a 5th and 6th grade tournament combined, being that we all 4th and 5th
So y'all be
graders.
playing
We're going to be playing
up.
up. You know,
Wow.
most of our team is 5th graders. My daughter and a couple other kids are 4th graders.
Brennan's
Majority-
4th grader?
Yeah, Brennan's
Playing on?
4th. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Best girl that we have on our team is...
You're just gonna keep letting her play up though, huh?
Yeah. We
Yeah,
have
I would.
2 or 3 really good girls that are 4th grade, but 2 or 3 of our other girls that are good too, but are big girls are 5th grade. So we don't want to lose them. So
Right.
we're just gonna play up.
Imagine when
until-
she's a freshman in high school,
Yeah.
playing up all. She's gonna
Yeah.
be ready for
She's gonna be
varsity.
ready. She's gonna be ready.
I love
She's gonna
that,
be ready,
dude.
You know? My going for the gusto K Stars AAU girls 5th
So,
grade
state?
team. State and
Super
Super
Re-
60.
Super-
Super 60.
undefeated.
Prime time, undefeated. We're
Love
trying to go 6-0 or 8-0 or whatever it is. And then we're going to try our luck in DeSoto, Texas in the middle of June for a little national tournament out there.
You think y'all gonna win it?
I think so, man.
Yeah.
I think we got to. I mean, you just don't know when you get on that national
Right.
level yet. We beat
Right.
everybody in the
Right.
state. We've handled everybody in the state.
But y'all kept the team from
Yeah.
Biddy.
Yeah, from Biddy.
When you go to nationals,
Yeah.
I mean, it might have been 7 Biddy teams or 7
Yeah.
league teams
The
that.
best, players making on all.
And if y'all could still
yeah,
top 4 or win it, I mean, that would
Yeah, it'd
be
be great.
unbelievable.
it'll be great. We just were honored at the city
I
council
saw the
meeting,
picture.
This past
You
week.
should post a picture on
Yeah.
the Brad Boy podcast
Yeah, we
so
will.
all the people
Yeah.
listening can see.
Yep. Shout out to the Lafayette, parish government. They May
Joel-
2nd.
Joel
Joe Robideau.
he
Shout out
was
to
in
the
there.
mayor. Shout out to city parish mayor president Joe Robideau. May 2nd, 2017 is officially a Acadiana Biddy basketball day.
Wow.
So it's the second day. We got 2 days now. Last year we won a national championship. We got 2 days now. And I want to say last year was May 4th, 2016, and then 2017 was May 2nd of Acadiana Biddy basketball day. Shout out Acadiana Biddy basketball. Definitely one of the best leagues for the youth when it's really pure. 5 years old or 12 years old. Acadiana Biddy basketball. That's my going for the gusto moment.
If you're in Lafayette and you play any kind of organizational basketball, you got to be playing Acadiana Biddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The games, the structure, the competition is
Yeah.
first class.
The funny thing is the state championship St. Thomas More boys basketball team, the first one, Biddy basketball players, Acadiana Biddy basketball players. Then when Ryan Randall and them they
Right.
won it, same thing, Acadiana Biddy basketball players. Not STM's first state championship in '86.
The second
The
one.
second one,
Right.
with Trey Touche
Yeah.
and Ryan Randall. All those guys played Acadiana Biddy basketball. A lot of the players from St. Thomas More and Turlings Catholic all play Acadiana Biddy
The
basketball.
girls that
You know.
that STM, right?
Yeah, the girls at STM, most of them all play Acadiana Biddy basketball, and a lot from that end up going to Turlings as
Turlings
well,
too,
and,
yeah.
and other schools throughout the parish, but those are just the majorities of
Right.
the school, So definitely, I think the premier youth league, basketball youth league
It was my
maybe
first
the state,
experience with y'all with Lil Schaefer.
Oh yeah,
And
Shane
we
O'Shea
loved
played,
it,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, great experience.
Loved it.
Great, just well run, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to organize a 500-person league and, satisfy everybody. And pretty much every year we probably have a 98, 99%, thumbs up. That we did a good job. You always gonna have one or two parents that are not satisfied. It's hard to please everybody, but we are at the top of the majority of pleasing everybody. So.
Schaefer's mom was like, Kyle, you just don't understand. He played in this other league last year. You don't understand how organized.
Yeah.
The coaches are there. You have practice.
Yeah.
You're actually doing practice.
Yeah.
They're actually teaching them something. It's like.
Yeah. And I have to give credit to my wife, Blair Broadhead.
Yes.
Blair Broadhead,
big shout out.
My sister-in-law Ashley.
Yes.
Broadhead Richard. My mother-in-law is sad that she passed away a year ago, and left this bitty basketball program to them, and they just took it in stride. And man, we had the most kids this year, with them running the program, and like you said, it just takes a lot of work to keep it organized, and that's the main thing that they focus in on, keeping it organized. And quality people helping out, and being coaches, quality coaches, and quality sponsors. Shout out to all the sponsors of Katie and Biddy too. So definitely a good thing going for the Gusto to bring up those that program and now our AAU program.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, I think that's a wrap, huh?
That's a wrap. Episode 9 is in the books. I do want to give a shout out right here. I'm going to give a shout out to my sponsors for my basketball camps, for the podcast, and all kind of plays hand in hand. I want to shout out GW Rooted, attorney at law. A very good friend of mine. Grew up with him playing AAU basketball since 12 years old. I want to shout out Delta World Tires. Very good people. I always get my when I need new tires in my car, I always go to Delta World Tires. Great people. Holla at Sterling Broussard over there at Delta World Tires. Also want to holla at my partner with Public House, formerly Frozen Sun on Virat, now they're the Public House. Check out my boy Paul Tylock and his wife Lauren Tylock, who I graduated from STM with. They own the Public House. They got ball crawfish right now. They got frozen drinks and just a good quality board to hang out at. So, and also just want to give a shout out to my guy Hunter Moody with Coyote Blues, and
they have the best fajito steak nachos.
Oh, so steak fajito nachos,
with the cheese on top, and the jalapeno.
It's like the homemade scoops chips.
Yes,
they sit in the
that
middle
my
of the
dad
steak.
used to make.
Yes,
the
steak and the bean dip and the cheese and the you get the one jalapeno. It's all inside.
It's the best.
It's good. Shout out my boy Hunter Moody, man. Definitely
good people, man.
Always check out any camp, any Brad Boy Shoot the Rock basketball camps. You want to check that out on bradboybasketball.com. 2 weeks of camp, June 6th through 9th at the Robichaux Center, 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the morning, and then June 12th through 15th at the new Youngsville Sports Complex in Youngsville from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock in the morning. Come check that out, register your kids up, and come have a good time. Learn from some quality coaches, have some fun, compete, and just have a good time. You can find all that information out on bradboybasketball.com.
And for me, man, just be on the lookout for AKDN Design. We had some snapbacks. We only got 3 left. We got some, they call them dad hats. We got them coming out. We got some t-shirts and some more stuff, some stickers, some patches. So just be on the lookout. I think it's a really up-and-coming brand in this local area. National area, I would say, because Boog had the snapback on with Lil Wayne
Shout
on
out
stage.
Boog with the snapback on at the Lil Wayne concert.
On stage.
On stage with Lil Wayne. Like in his live
with
feed, like
8,000 people.
What's up, Kyle?
That's
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Wayne rapping his verse. I thought that was big time. Because I know the deal with my partner, Brian Hamilton and BJ Hempfield. They got the solid brand, H-hat, whatever. Zero can go around and wear that at stages.
That's
and
huge.
Stuff. That's huge. Now you got Lil Wayne do it. Think of that. That's like, everybody's like, damn, what kind of hat that is? That he's in the Lil Wayne, chilling with Lil Wayne. That's the AKDN.
Yep.
KDN.
And it's all about your inner circle. When your inner circle is your boys, your family. We all support each other till the end. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about, man.
Yep.
And y'all guys, remember iTunes. Please give us a rating, write a review. Give us some feedback. We're putting this out every week for you guys, and we got more stuff to come. It's gonna get fun. It's gonna get creative. So we appreciate the support.
Red Boy Podcast, episode 9 in the books.
Yeah.
We out.